Hi, so my name is Kim, and I think this is going to be the first of a couple installments of, I guess, my process regarding ACDF surgery. So I am 37, going to be 38 years old, and I have, I guess, what's considered a congenital narrowing of my spinal column. I guess some background is I had done martial arts for 8 years, second degree black belt, really active as a kid, swimming and everything else. Also lots of car accidents, none my fault, just a lot of getting rear-ended, cars totaled, things like that. So about 2 years ago, I had stopped doing martial arts, well not really stop, but slow down, and I had started doing a lot of weight training. And my goal was to do like one of those competitions. But I was noticing my strength was getting less, and I was having a lot of pain in my neck and in my shoulder blades. It almost felt like pinched nerves and like a pulled muscle, I guess. So I was going to the chiropractor all the time, and they would just do their typical adjusting and cracking of the neck. And I never really got a lot of relief, and they could never seem to crack this one section of my back. And one of the last times that I had seen the chiropractor, it was about October or November, 2 years ago. So that would be 2018, yeah. And it was to the point where like I couldn't support my head on my shoulders, and it was just so painful. Like gravity just was terrible. And I just saw the chiropractor, and I was just like, please just give me some kind of relief, because this is just, I can't do this anymore. And they adjusted me, and my left side went basically kind of paralyzed. I was numb on my whole face, my whole left arm, and my hand. I couldn't use like these fingers. It was pretty insane. So I had a lot of visits to the ER. They thought I possibly stroked out, but everything kind of came back clear. However, the MRIs basically showed that I had a lot of degenerative disc disease, bulging discs, pinched nerves, herniations, what have you. And they said I was born with a congenital, I guess, defect, or congenital stenosis, which basically means normal people have like, I'm just gonna say this, like, an average size spinal column, and their spinal cord, can kind of like move around freely, and there's enough, space on either side, so you don't really have to worry about pinching your spinal cord, which is kind of bad. However, I was born with a very narrow one, so I kind of already was started off with not the best luck. And then with all the contact sports that I was doing, I guess that wasn't so good, and I had started getting some disc issues, which were then pushing into my spinal cord, which I guess was causing everything. So luckily I got the MRI, I got feeling back in my hand after doing like a lot of like rest and anti-inflammatories and steroids and all. But with that, I had a couple doctor's appointments, and I had different opinions from people, but it basically sounded as though I needed to get multi-level ACDF surgery, and that means basically going through the throat and I guess removing some discs and putting cadaver bone in it, and then fusing it with metal plates. Not only that, I found out recently that because of how tight my spinal column is, that I might also need another surgery a little bit later from the back, where they basically remove bones from my neck. I still can't wrap my head around this, but it's kind of scary. So like I said, I've been doing a lot of research regarding ACDF surgery and hybrid therapy, like with disc replacement, but I'm not really finding a lot of positive reviews or outcomes. A lot of the journals are for older people, and it says that you might need further surgeries for like the domino effect, so any discs above or below the fused sites are going to need to be replaced possibly. There's reports of pain, just a lot of potential complications, and I already have some medical issues to begin with, so I don't really have the best of luck. So I'm kind of freaked out. So I guess I'm doing this video, or these video sessions, I guess, to kind of put it out there to kind of show my story, but also to see if anybody has good stories. I know a lot of people that I talk to say, do everything that you can to avoid spinal surgery. Like, you don't want to touch your spine, but it's to the point now where the pain just is nonstop, and my left arm is kind of getting back to being a little bit numb, and my fingers are a little bit slower. And everything I read and talk to the doctors, they say, you know, you don't want to let it progress too bad for too long, because then that becomes like your baseline. So the worse that it gets, it can never get better because of the permanent nerve damage. So, you know, I'm only 37, and I'm not really living the best life right now because I'm so scared of making it worse and causing inflammation and having, I don't know, just having it get worse. Then also the idea that, you know, if I get into a car accident again or whiplash, I can be paralyzed because of the spinal column. So I'm just freaking out, but I wanted to, you know, say that I'm probably going to be getting this surgery done because I sat on it for 2 years, and, you know, I had some, you know, times where it got better, but in general, it's not the best. But I also wanted to just see if anybody had this surgery. I'm supposed to get multi-level, which I think I'm going to get 3 levels fused. So I think it's C4 to C7, I believe. They're doing the ACDF surgery, no hybrid, so it's just going to be the discectomy and I guess the fusion. My doctor is saying that it shouldn't be too bad of a surgery, just maybe like an hour. I'll have some swallowing issues, but he thinks that my recovery will probably be good because of how young I am, but I'm just scared. Again, like I said, all the reviews and people that talk online, it's basically how terrible it is and how much pain they're still in. And I know people tend to, you know, share more negative complaints versus positive outcomes. So I'm just wondering if anybody, whether professionally or if you personally have done it or have, you know somebody that has done it themselves, kind of looking for somebody in like the same category as me, you know, 37, 38 years old, multi-level ACDF surgery. And I'm trying to, you know, hear how the surgery went, what recovery was like, and if there's any like longitudinal studies that are out there, because I'm really at a loss. And I think I can't wrap my head around this idea of, outside of the pain and the functioning of the hand, to sign up for a surgery that might have so many complications with swallowing and you know, vocal cord issues or breathing issues and extra pain, and down the line more surgery. So I'm pretty freaked out, but I know that, you know, according to my doctor, if I got it done, that, you know, I might have a better outcome. Like right now I can't go past here. This is the farthest I can go. So that's not a whole lot. So I already have very limited motion. My doctor thinks that it's possibly due to pain as well. And he says that, you know, even with fusion, you're going to have very limited mobility, I guess, or movement. But he said compared to what I'm at now, I might have a little bit more because I won't be in so much pain. So yeah, I figure I'm probably going to get this surgery in the next few months. So I want it to be somebody that, regardless of good or bad, gave people who might be considering this another viewpoint. I've read some people's, or listened to some people's videos that were from like Germany or what have you, that had the surgery done, and some were good. But like I said, most people's that I'm viewing, they're either older and they have some complications, and a lot of people are saying they wish that they never had it done, or they just had like maybe one cervical disc fused or what have you. But we're talking multi-level, so it's going to be 3, hopefully no more than 3 discs done. And my doctor said that he doesn't agree with hybrid therapy or disc replacement. He said that there's not a lot of research out there, and they tend to not be as good for what I need in the cervical spine. He said for lumbar or what have you, it might be better. Yeah, so this is kind of awkward. I always feel funny doing videos and just talking to myself in at the screen. But I'm hoping that if you do watch this, I'm going to figure out how to do the tags and everything. But I'm just hoping to get some feedback from people regarding the surgery, and, You know, if it's, you know, positive, that would be even better. Like I said, if you did it or you know someone that had it done, someone again in my demographic, so 37, 38 years old, multi-level ACDF surgery, please don't scare the shit out of me because I'm already a little bit nervous, a lot nervous. And, you know, I know that a lot of my friends said that they're going to help me out as much as possible because I'm sure I'm going to need kind of round the clock care, but I don't know. My doctor seems to think that, you know, it'll be an adjustment, but he seems really optimistic. I know he's a surgeon. He's an orthopedic surgeon from Rothman, but I know lots of people that have used this guy without me even like asking who they use. They kind of just talked about this guy, and I just luckily got matched up with him. The only people I haven't gotten opinions from, I guess, would be neurosurgeons. But I know that there's kind of like two different schools of thinking regarding this, but I saw the MRIs myself, and the discs are basically gone in a couple sections, and regarding my spinal cord, there's very little room left, so it's not like I can do PT and create space in my spinal column. But yeah, I'm from Philly, and my plan is to use my doctor. His name's Dr. Shu, HSU, Dr. Victor Shu from Rothman. If anybody has used him, if you can let me know. I did ask him some questions just in terms of how often he does this surgery, what his success rate is, and unfortunately, as I've seen across the board, multi-level ACDF surgery for somebody as young as I am, I don't know if there's many studies done, and I'm just freaking myself out reading everything online, so he told me not to do that, but here I am making a video for it online. But yeah, during my video sessions, I guess, I don't know how often they're going to be because I don't even know when my surgery is going to be, so there's probably no point in me making more until I know and I'm prepping for it. But regarding the surgery, if you're thinking about it or you're in the middle of it, I guess if we can kind of collaborate, and you know, if my videos help you, then great. So if you have any questions that I might be able to answer on my journey, please feel free. Please keep it clean. I know that I've made a video before and some people can be pretty crude, so please don't do that. We don't need to do that here. Yeah, so again, my name is Kim, and thank you for watching, and I really look forward to hearing, you know, from you people if you've had it done, or if you can kind of connect me to people. We can do it whether through Facebook or Instagram or even on here. I don't really know how the communication piece works with this, but yeah, thank you for watching, and I look forward to connecting and hopefully hearing some really awesome success stories regarding this. So have a beautiful night, and from my house to yours, be safe, be well, and we'll chat soon. Thank you. Bye.